tell me what to do. You know who you're talking to? When you're ready, for the way the war back. What you got? Inventions and ounces. Is that crazy boy? Yeah, that's all crazy.
Let's fucking go, baby. Welcome back to this episode of Cope's Corner. I am your host, as always, Mike Copenhaver, aka Real Mike. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all at the likes of KOPESKORNER. Stoked to be here with you to talk about some MMA in our life, especially about the UFC that went on last weekend, which was UFC 270. And with that said, man, you know, they got the green light in the back. That means we cashed motherfucking bets last week. And we're not talking about favorite bets. We're talking about underdogs. Plus 195s to let you know we're alive, baby. So stoked to be here with you. Firstly, I'd like to shout out Melon Brand Hats, MELIN. It's a luxury line of hats that my boy Brian McDonald, one of the co-founders here and went to Royal High School with us. He talked about how we'd have a hat line unlike anyone else, and he sure as shit did that. He sponsors guys like Phil Mickelson, one of the best PGA Tour golfers in the world, now on the Champions Tour, whooping ass like nobody's business. And so I'd like to shout out Melon Brand Hats. Like I said, go there and get a dope hat for this upcoming spring and summer that's going to be coming along. A lot of them are waterproof and super dope. Secondly, I'd like to thank Spliff Seeds Amsterdam. It's MJ Genetics. If you like growing marijuana, if you go to Spliff Seeds, PLIFF Seeds on Google, and you look up lemon cream Kush female, you'll see a picture of actual plant that I actually grew. That's featured there on the cover. It's also on the cover of a book named called Stony Stark's Guide to Growing on Amazon. The actual grower was named, or the actual writer of the book was Sean Prana, Prana. So make sure you go over there and get that freaking book because it's super dope. But no, I'm just stoked to be here with my man, Mr. B, the MMA guy, Periscope legend. Haps was glitching a little bit. I couldn't even see that he was ready live in the mix. But how's my man, Mr. B, doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm stoked to be here with you, man. I had a little bit of technical difficulties earlier today, but we don't need to talk about no negative stuff, so we'll just keep it positive. I had a little mental glitch, lost my keys. It is what it is. But, man, UFC 270, it wasn't very long of a card, but it was definitely pretty sweet for what it was, Humby?
Yeah, man. It was a really good card, man. Yeah, for what it was really good. We lost some fights, but you know what I mean. That was a couple, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was
we
good.
we lost a couple of the .5s though, not the real deal ones. We'll go through the UFC 270. The first card that we had was, or the girl that we had was my girl Jazzy, Jazza Dervicious. She took on Kay Hansen, the only fans girl. I told you she wasn't about that life. And my girl Jazzy plus 195. Cash that bet for the Cope's Corner and Mr. B. I was stoked to cash that one, B, the plus 195. What do you think about that performance from my girl Jazzy?
Yeah, really good fight, man. She did what she had to do. She held on Kay Hansen. Hansen couldn't use her jiu-jitsu. Even though she did all right, the third round it was too late, man. Jazzy was on her.
Yeah, dude, I was stoked, man. I mean, to cash a plus 195 right off the bat, you can't be too upset about that. Dude, that echo is still here. I don't get it.
You see? Yeah.
What the fuck, man? I'm trying to think about how we can fix that. Dude, what's weird is let's see if it's my head. Let's see if I can put headphones on and that'll help.
Yo.
It's just fun. But you know, I'd like to thank Stu Sun from San Diego, one of the undisputed Familia, for sponsoring the show. Always supported me. My boy Justin L from Vancouver, and Ted Hicks, host of Late Night Parents, who's always been a great supporter of the show. Me and Mr. B. So yeah, but hopefully, yeah, the echo. It's got to be on your side, B, for some reason. I don't know why. All of a sudden,
I don't know. I'm not using my headset. I'm using.
I know it's crazy. Let's see if anyone else hears it. What up, Tony? Tony, you hear the echo at all?
Yo.
We're trying to figure out if it's B side or my side or what the hell that's going on. I want it fixed. I'll tell you that.
Do you hear it?
Me?
Yeah. Do you hear echo?
I hear it. Like I just talked and then I heard it on your side. I feel.
That's
so
crazy.
weird. So
I don't know.
you went to your microphone, right, B? And it says the echo cancellation, right? It's purple.
Yeah, yeah, echo. Okay,
Click it. Click it.
I clicked it and I clicked it
All
again.
right. Now
Okay, you hear me
let's see.
now?
Let's see if I can hear myself. Yeah.
Yep,
I don't get it.
it's
Uh,
on.
I know. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe now that Haps has changed and wants you to have a mic or something fully. I don't. I have no clue. We've never had the problem. So there we go. It's off now. Can you hear me, B?
It's off.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
you.
Hell yeah. Now it's good. Fuck
It's
yes.
the stereo audio.
Whatever. I don't know what it was, but thank you,
The hell?
Lord. We
Okay.
fixed that bitch. Now we
Okay,
got
it's
no
the
echo.
stereo
I'm sorry
audio.
for the technical difficulties. Hey, remember,
Okay, that's
this is
what
a
it is.
live
It's the
show,
stereo
baby.
audio.
Just
All
like
right,
Howard
that's
Stern.
weird.
You know, there's a little technical glitches that happen from here and there. What's up, my boy Gary? How's
What
my
up,
dude
Gary?
doing? Appreciate you always supporting me and my man, Mr. B, one of the
Yeah,
greatest
man.
dudes, one of the greatest supporters and fans that we have here. So, but with that said, that was the first fight of the night that we cashed. Plus 195 on Jasmine Jurdavicius. We put 0.5 units down, so we won $95 on her, so 0.95 units. And then we rolled right in the next fight. Vanessa Demopoulos took on Silviana Gomez Juarez. And Vanessa Demopoulos, the shaker, the stripper, the girl, the exotic dancer, because exotic dancers don't like to be called that. It doesn't matter. She whooped that trick armbar round one on Sylvia Gomez Juarez, and I'm fucking upset. I knew that Vanessa Demopoulos was going to win this. I'm furious. And I'm going to blame my sponsor, Justin L. from Vancouver. Specifically, your fault. You text messaged me, you messaged me, and you told me you liked Juarez, and I fucking knew that was wrong. I should have bet the whole fucking house against your ass, but I love you, and I forgot about it. I forgot about how we originally became friends. It was because you didn't bet good, and I helped you, and then all of a sudden we became friends. So Juarez and B and fucking my boy Justin L both fucking twisted me. They both liked Juarez.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you guys saw. My girl does splits. She's a lot more fun and bubbly. She jumped into Joe Rogan's arms after. You know she's deep throating so good that night. Vanessa Demopoulos whooped that trick on Silviana Gomez Juarez submission arm bar, baby. What about that fight? Being pretty good though, right?
It was a good fight, man. And don't erase the fact that she got dropped.
I didn't hear. I don't care.
Juarez dropped her.
I didn't see
and
nothing.
She got up on her. She was throwing.
I was
she
scared.
got a little
I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't bet it, and I was mad that I didn't bet it because how easily she won once she got in the ground.
She sat right in that guard, man.
The true travesty that has gone on was two times, at the weigh-ins and after the fight. Vanessa, she blessed us with the splits thing that she did, and not fucking one of you assholes, not one of you media guys got a fucking shot of her ass cheeks from the backside, not the side, not any side that I want to see. I don't fucking care about that front side. I want to see the backside. I want to see the peach. I want to see that drop. What the fuck? I'm fucking on it. I can't even believe this shit. How many fucking people in the media? How many assholes didn't get the shot from me? I fucking searched far and wide. I looked upon the depths of the heavens of fucking Google. Not one of you guys had my back. Not one of you guys took the fucking photo of Vanessa Demopoulos doing the splits from the side. I saw no butt cheeks. I saw nothing. I fucking couldn't believe it. I fucking could not believe it. I'm like, what? I fucking fights. I'll fucking fight every photographer in there. I fucking couldn't believe it. Not once. Not fucking one shot. Can someone find me a shot of Vanessa Demopoulos from the side view once she does the splits so I don't have to fucking have an aneurysm tonight? Holy shit. Now, that's the true travesty. Fuck all the shit. Fuck fighting mice in the source. Fuck acapella. I'm ripping the shit freestyle. I don't even have to write the shit. Now, for real. Not one good photo of the butt cheeks. I can't be. Tell me how
No,
fucking crazy
you
I
got
am.
a good point though. Weigh-ins, the actual fight, nobody
Hey,
took a
and
back
nobody's gonna
camera.
have the balls to say what I
There
just
was
said. So shout out to Cope's Corner, me and Mr. B, the
word.
KOTE, Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because ain't nobody got the balls to talk about the real issue. Okay?
They didn't.
Like,
They didn't even say, "Yo, can you do that again so you can catch a back
I,
view?"
bro,
No.
bro, like, how many cameras and we get no butt cheeks? Oh
and you
my
know,
God.
and you know, she when she gonna give us that anyway. But
Oh,
word, props to her though.
I could have gone into a show at the Extreme Hustler fucking 6 months ago, whatever, and seen more butt cheeks than I got there for the amount of pay per view I paid. That fuck shit's crazy. I saw no butt cheeks and I paid what I paid. Now I don't get it. I don't get it. Now we're moving on because I'm probably gonna be written off for this shit, but I don't
And
even give a fuck.
they were
Okay,
both hot anyway, but they
they're
just
both
didn't
out.
give us what
Hey,
we wanted,
they could
man.
both get it all day, but damn it, dude, I wanted better pictures than what I saw. So I'll move on. I know
Fair enough.
hey, I beat the dead horse sometimes, but sometimes that horse needs to be
Nah,
beaten.
man,
The next, the
that was
next fight.
needed.
Yeah, well, I felt like it was, so I had to go off on it. The next fight of the night was Matt, the steamroller Frivola, took on
Oh man,
Geronara Valdez. And this stuff, from time to time, I have to apologize. And I'm gonna have to apologize to Matt Steamroller Frivola because I said he was gonna get his ass whooped. I said Genaro Valdez was gonna do his damn thing, and he didn't. Matt Frivola whooped his ass round one, ground and pound, but Valdez had him scared though. He had him
yeah,
pinky scared like on next Friday. He's like, I scared though, but fuck, I held my own.
yeah,
That's what Matt Frivola did, and he got him down on the ground, did his thing, ground and
yeah,
pound. That's what OGs do. That's why you don't bet it. Dude, how many times does the OG beat the newcomer, B?
yeah. That's Mike's big rule there, and
Love
it
you,
tends to
Barry.
happen. And it happens. It's starting to happen a lot often than before nowadays. And
Bro.
that's what happened, man. Frivola was throwing them things, man. And Valdez, credit to Valdez, he was throwing back and he caught Frivola a couple times, but Frivola was just on it, man. He was just on it, and um, I thought Valdez would reset and go back in there, but for Valdez was getting hit, and then he was on autopilot, and then he got hit again. He got dropped like 4 or 5 times, man. It was a wrap. It was just bad, man. I put the mic on. Mike, your mic. Mike, your mic.
My bad. Hey, shout out to Matt Steamroller for Vola for thank you, B.
No
But I didn't
problem.
expect to go off that. Like, I feel like the show should be over now. I
Word.
already fucking did the grand finale. Me and Mr. B already laughed enough. You guys got the Vanessa Demopoulos clips. I mean, show's over. I mean, what am I supposed to do? There's not a fight on the card that I could get as fired up on, but I'm gonna do my best for you guys. So shout out to every one of you here, 30 plus of you here live. I really appreciate
Word.
you here supporting the show and then being what we are, man. But the next fight of the night was Tony Gravely took on Simon Oliveira. This was the first loss of the night. I lost 0.15 units, so $50, 0.5 units on Simon Oliveira. I thought he could do the damn thing. He looked good for a little bit, but Tony Gravely hugged and prayed and hugged his nuts like nobody's other. I'm going to get my money back. Don't worry. Tony Gravely ain't that good. He's not all about. He is not the upper echelon of the sport, and I will get him. But Oliveira had him scared for a little bit, but wasn't enough, man. Tony Gravely hugged nuts for 3 rounds. That's about all I want to give him. That fight was weak. Next fight of the night was Jack
Hey, hey, hey,
Della.
hey.
Oh,
Hey,
you
hey,
want to
hey.
talk
No,
about it?
you're not gonna do that. You're
Oh,
not gonna
no.
do that. You're
What
not
we
gonna
do?
do that. We're gonna rewind because your man
Uh-oh.
Oliveira kept going for them guillotine chokes.
Oh, my
He
God. What a
can't for
loser.
no
What a
reason.
loser. Yes.
For
Like,
no reason.
bro, like how many guillotine chokes are you gonna go for before your arms are filled with lactic acid and you can't even choke anymore? How dumb is it,
Word,
B?
man.
How dumb, B?
Word.
Good point.
Word. That was it. That was it. Because I picked Gravely on that one.
Yeah,
And I
B.
ain't gonna
Shout out to
lie, I
B.
was scared. I was
Shout out.
scared.
Hey,
But he
I
kept
was scared for you, but that was still worth the point
yeah,
five units that I felt like. But Gravely got him down on the ground and did his thing. But there's
yeah,
anyone who goes for guillotines like that, I'm writing you off. I can't handle it. It's that shit's
yeah,
so
man. There was
rookie.
too many
It
of those.
it's
Too
so
many.
rare. It's like one chance. It's like all right, maybe. But after that, bro, your arms are gassed, bro. You're a 1 minute man for a $2 hoe, and that's how it go. Next fight of the night was Jack Della Madalena took on Pete Rodriguez, and holy shit. Pete Rodriguez got sacrificed like an artificial lamb to Jack Della Mandela and Madalena and just KO TKO counter left round one. This dude's striking is good, man, but he does take some damage, so he needs to be really wary of the future if he's going to be able to take one to give one. But man,
Yeah,
shout out to him for absolutely dominating. He was a big favorite though, so Jack Della Maddalena won versus Pete Rodriguez. That was a good fight
yeah,
though, B.
yeah. It was a good fight. Pretty much just a showcase fight for Madalena, man. If anything, Rodriguez. Hopefully, we see him back, but a lower weight class because Madalena looked way bigger than he did, and pretty much pieced him up using the jabs and the 1-2s and whatever he wanted to throw. He was pretty much landing. So that was it, pretty much.
Yeah, so yep. But the next fight of the night was Victor Henry took on Ione Barcelos.
Oh
And
man,
whoa, bro, whoa. Ione Barcelos was a huge favorite in this one. And Victor Henry, me and Mr. B both knew he had experience. But he's been in there with plenty of people with that 22 and 4 record at the time. I mean, he's been in there with the best of them. And so it's crazy to see the line that they gave him. But I even picked Ione Barcelos to win this. I thought he would do the damn thing. And
yeah.
shout out to Victor Henry for coming through as one of the big dogs to unanimous decision victory. What about that fight, B?
Damn, I'm really surprised. I'm surprised. I thought Barcelos was going to be able to mix it up a little bit, and try to change levels on let that Muay Thai, Fury come out a little bit. But yeah, man, Victor Henry with the good head movement and the good striking. I didn't, I seen a couple of his fights, but I didn't know he was going to come in and be that focused on his striking. And really just go out there and piece up Barcelos. He outworked Barcelos pretty much
Yep.
for the most part. So I was just like, wow,
Yep.
that was kind
So
of surprising considering Barcelos and the competition. Henry has competition as well, but for Henry to put that type of pressure and just keep that pace on Barcelos is mad. You
yeah,
know,
it was a great fight though. And
yeah,
then the next fight of the night was Michael Morales took on Trevin Giles. And just like I told you last week, it seemed too easy. Like Trevin Giles, you got to back. You got to throw the money on him. He's got too much experience. But I
yeah,
said it was fishy and it was not worth it. And that sure as shit exactly what happened. Michael
exactly.
Morales won by KO TKO, counter right hook to ground and pound, strikes in round one. Absolutely starched the veteran OG. How about
Yeah.
this fucking kid? 13 and 0 now, B.
Nice, man. 13-0. Only what, 22 years old?
Yep.
Jesus Christ, man. That kid was good. Giles did get a takedown on him a little bit, but once he caught his rhythm, man, he just blew the doors off of Giles, man. Giles had no answer, and Giles looked good for 170. The cut looked good, but I don't know if it was the gas tank wasn't really there, man. But he just got worked, boy. He
Yeah.
got
So
worked.
I remember when I said last week I wanted to fire on a few underdogs, at least a few, and he was one of the ones that I wanted to, but I just felt like I was crazy and couldn't go against my own theory, which is I always like to go with the veteran over the younger guy usually.
Yeah,
So it is what it was. I didn't fire on it. We would have won, but I hope you guys cashed that bet. But next fight of the night was a one that we cashed on. One of the easiest bets of my life. Said Nurmagomedov took on Cody
oh, Jesus
Stamen and
Christ.
absolutely
Oh,
dominated that
Jesus
fool with a
Christ.
guillotine choke round one. Dude, if you guys go back and watch the video of this guillotine choke, go watch and not just pay attention to the arms and the choke. Go back and watch Syed's feet. Both of his feet were monkey gripped onto Stamen's one foot. So he couldn't even get up or move at all while he was down on the ground being choked. It was fucking sick. We cashed that bet plus $100 plus one unit for the KOPE and me and Mr. B here on the show. So we were stoked to cash that. Easiest bet of my life. How about that fight, Mr. B?
Sure. Surest bet as hell, man. Saeed made that thing look easy, yo. I felt so bad for Stamen after that fight, but Saeed Magomedov is something, yo. He's the truth, man.
Yeah,
That
he
kid
really is.
was clean.
I felt like he was a little underrated at the time, and he just hasn't really showcased himself. And I'm so glad that, like I said, I bet him. I actually bet not only bet him on the money line, but in my personal book as a degenerate, I bet him on the inside the distance. So he ended up cashing, and that was nice as well. So hope you guys all cashed that one. That was a second bet of the night cash for the Cope's Corner and me and Mr. B. Next fight of
Definitely.
the night was Michelle Pereira took on Andre Fajilo. And man, this one, Michelle Pereira won a unanimous decision. It was back and forth. Absolutely could have gone possibly both ways, in my opinion. But I mean, I guess the flashiness of Michelle Pereira, the extra volume because Andre doesn't throw enough, and he was able hittable, like Mr. B said. What'd you say about this fight, B?
Yeah, it was a good fight. Yeah, as you said, it was a good back and forth fight, man. Um, yeah, I think it just came down to Pereira throwing a little bit more. And as I said, yeah, Fiallo doesn't move his head enough, man. So he's there to get hit. I think if Fiallo would have just bobbed his head a little bit, weaved through a couple of those punches, and put his boxing combos a little bit, you know what I mean, throw a little bit more, he would have had Pereira. He would have probably rocked Pereira, probably would have won the fight. But it's just that he doesn't he doesn't move enough. He doesn't
Yeah.
move defensively enough.
He
That's the
definitely
problem.
made it a lot closer than I thought, but
Yeah.
Mr. B had Michelle Pereira pretty locked in key because Andre doesn't do enough. So shout out to Mr. B for that look there. Hope you guys cash that one or put it in your DraftKings or what the verdict or whatever you needed. Next fight of the
Right.
night was an absolute honor and I absolutely loved. It was the co-main event. It was Devison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno again, and man, Devison Figueiredo won a unanimous decision and I guess it was the knockdowns that really hurt Brandon Moreno. Multiple knockdowns in different rounds that ended up showcasing, I guess, the win for Devison. But he looked really good, man. Devison did. He'd been training with Henry Cejudo at Fight Ready, and man, the wrestling and the scrambling and everything that Devison did was so unlike himself. If I would, man, I'm kind of upset with myself. I bet Brandon Moreno, and I will back him till I die. I'm Mexican and German, and I'm just be La Raza for life. But Brandon Moreno, I put 1.85 units. I lost 1.85 units on him. So we ended up being, I believe it was like $15 positive here for the night. But either way, positive is positive. But Devison Figueredo ended up taking the cherry from our night, and we would have been 3-1. Ended up, bless you, would have ended up being 2-2. But it was what it was. I feel like they wanted another fight, and that's what they're going to do there, possibly Brazil or
Yeah.
Mexico. And it was what it was. But Devison looked amazing with those scrambles, hubby.
Yeah, man. Really good scrambling ability there. Defending some of those takedowns from Moreno. He defended a lot of those takedowns from Moreno. What am I talking about? Um, yeah, he defended a lot. He got a takedown on Moreno as well. And he did manage to rock Moreno. Moreno was good with the boxing, you know what I mean? But it's just that the movement and just the alertness from Figueredo was a lot different. He brought in a whole different wave of skills in this fight.
You could
Some
just
of it, I
tell
don't think Moreno was.
you could just tell he
Yeah,
wasn't scared at all of like the scrambles once he got taken down. He just knew
yeah,
to keep moving, you know?
yeah, and even now with the striking, he started tagging that leg a lot of Moreno. He swept Moreno's leg a lot with a couple of those leg kicks. Just really comfortable, really confident. Yeah. And it looks like they're gonna get a fourth fight, possibly in Mexico. Unless something happens, and then if not, I guess he'll probably defend against Kai Kara France because he's been calling out Kara France now as well, in case that fight doesn't go through with him and Moreno. So we'll see. We're waiting to see, man. But tough loss for Moreno, but hopefully he comes back. We
Yeah,
just gotta wait and see.
I think you will, man. I mean, it was a great fight, so it was what it was, man. Next fight of the night was the main event of the night, and it was our boy Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane. Everybody and their mother was counting my boy Francis Ngannou out, except for me, Mr. B, and the few real MMA fans who backed our boy, the
Damn right.
African savage, the sensation, the dude who just has money means nothing to him. He's a real person and a great person at that. Because I have a buddy who's has a personal insight with him. And dude, me and Mr. B told you like Francis Ngannou is the real deal, especially at that plus 125. Cash that
Right.
bet for plus 125, decision unanimous by Francis Ngannou. Showed you some wrestling, showed you some I guess, sides to his game that you haven't seen. But man,
Yeah,
we knew that this dude had way too much experience to be losing this fight, right, B?
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm super glad he won though. Stuck it to Dana White and them. Um, and Cyril's gonna learn from this, but we were saying it too. You know what I mean? I said it a little bit. Francis was in the same spot where Stipe kind of was when they were pushing Francis. Francis is here now, and Francis said it himself when he fought Gon. He's seen himself in Gon when Gon had to
Yep,
fight Stipe the first time.
exactly.
So you know what I mean? Francis came in there throwing. Gon was sticking to his game plan and his movement and using his switch of range fighting. You know what I mean? But when Francis started throwing little bit and started using that wrestling, man, I was a little shocked.
Dude,
That big takedown he had
it
there,
was so sick. That turned the whole tide of the fight.
the
Once he
way,
took once he
yeah,
picked Gon up like he was a little boy, but to Gon's credit, he did throw a kick and then he ended up, kind of being kind of
yeah,
off balance. But it doesn't matter. Got picked up and slammed. Dude, once you're on your back, if you've never wrestled, done jujitsu, it's usually not very fun to be on your back.
nope. And then it just happened like third round, fourth round, fifth round. He just got done taken down,
Yep.
and it was just like what? And then Gon tried to get that leg lock and kind of gave up an opportunity,
Yep.
and Francis ended up scrambling right back to
Pretty
get the
crazy
position.
that got that Francis with the knee injury. I believe he had a
Yeah,
full MCL tear. Still whooped that ass on
yep,
Gon, and he had the dude had him in a leg lock on his bad leg. I believe it still didn't even care.
exactly, man. So major props to Francis, man, on showing these levels of improvement. Um, Props to Gon. You know, he went in there, had his fight. He'll learn from it, but it will be funny if Gon ends up going elsewhere. You know what I mean? To try to figure out what to do, like to get other training and stuff like that, because it kind of looks that way. His coach was in his ear, and probably that messed him up. But he's looking to come back stronger than the next time.
Yeah. So either way, shout out to Francis Ngannou 100% for just absolutely being the true champion and not being able to be bought with money. Shout out to our boy Ted Hicks. Thank you so much for the double heart bomb awards for me and Mr.
Facts.
B sent to both. Can't thank you enough for being here, my boy Ted. Hope you and your family are good and hopefully
Really tight.
warm over there. So with that said, that was UFC 270, the main event, Ngannou versus Gon. Cash that for a plus one plus 125 for Francis Ngannou. So anyone who followed our advice on that one, me and Mr. B were both on Francis, and we had clearly that he won that fight. So super
Yeah, man.
stoked with that fight. Said we ended up just slightly in the profit for that event. We went 2-2 on bets, but I don't really care. We ended up picking one really good underdog, and I love when you pick the underdogs to cash those bets. So there's no UFC this weekend, which is kind of sad. But if you guys do want some MMA, I'm not going to go through the card because there's a lot of fighters you won't know, a lot of names that I'm not going to pronounce right. So I'm not going to just torture you with that type of stuff. But we have one FC championship, only the brave, on Friday at 5:30 Eastern time. So we got what 2:30 Pacific Standard Time where I hear over here on the West Coast. So if you want to see some fights on Friday morning, super early, Mr. B Savage might be there tuning in. So make sure you tune in on
Yeah,
Haps TV for Mr. B if he does decide to do that. He usually does, but that should be pretty exciting. One FC is super exciting. There's a lot of talent over there. We just don't even know about. Thank you so much, Ted Hicks. We really can't thank you enough for the love burst and everything that you do for us, man.
most definitely, Ty.
But then we also have, which I was going to talk to you, B. Eagle FC 44 is going down on Friday as well. It's
Yes.
going down at
Yeah.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you East Coast Savages, 3 p.m. West Pacific Standard Time for us over here. What I was thinking about, B, is this is the Khabib Nurmagomedov, the OG, the GOAT, his organization, right? Now,
Yes.
how is it Eagle FC 44 already then? If it's the first one, no?
This will be the first one under the regime of Khabib,
Oh, okay.
as Khabib being the owner. But
I
but
thought
the
they were
Eagle
doing that.
Fighting Championships has been around for a while.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they're
See,
keeping it like this now because just like how they did Icon fighting, they had that for years for the longest, but now that Jorge Masvidal is here, now they restarted to one now.
Okay, cool.
The
So
first,
see,
yeah,
that's why I love Mr. B. He knows a lot of stuff that I do not, and he's just a true sponge when it comes to knowledge. I thought they were doing that bullshit. You know, when Bellator changed their pay per view numbers to compete with the UFC. Remember
yeah,
they jumped like 100 for no reason. They were like
yeah,
the iPhone jumping to the iPhone 10 or some bullshit.
right.
But yeah, so we got Eagle FC going down, and it should be a decent card, man. The first fight of the night, you have Raymond Magaledov versus Anthony Nojakwani. Oh, dude, that was terrible.
Yeah,
B said,
Javon.
okay. B said it much better. Represent. But yeah, so that should be a decent fight. And Jaquani has got a lot of experience. He's 16-12, taking on 8-1. Looks like a Russian who's gonna probably do work with them because it just does. I mean, it's Eagle FC, so I don't imagine that Khabib's gonna be just feeding his guys some slouches. Then you got John Howard, another veteran of the sport of MMA. He's taking on Ramazan Kurganmedov. And Kurganmedov is a stud, 9-0. He's gonna whoop John Howard's ass. I guarantee that pretty much. I know people won't like that I said that, but it is what it is. The next fight of the night is Ray Borg versus Cody Gibson. That should be a pretty entertaining bout there. This should scramble a lot, but I don't see why Ray Borg wouldn't win that fight, Humby.
Um, Vaborg's been on a hiatus, man. He hasn't really been fighting for a while. You know, he was dealing with his son some years back. Medical stuff and this and that. So he was being a hardcore dad. You know what I mean? But while he was away, this dude, Gibson was busy. Last fight he had was John Dodson, and he handled Dodson really well. Before that, he fought somebody else by the name of Louis Senudakis, and finished that dude in under a minute. Gibson is a heavy duty wrestler, real tough guy, man. I don't know how Ray Borg's gonna come back into this fight, come back into the wave of MMA after being off for so long, but this is gonna be a tough fight for Ray Borg,
You know
for
what,
real.
Mr. B, you're totally, you're a little bit, you're correct in this. A lot of people, like I just said, like I assumed that Ray Borg would be an easy win, but I mean, Cody Gibson, he's not, he's been on a losing streak. He hasn't been getting punked. I mean, he just beat John Dodson, who's super scrambly, like you said. So, I mean, this could be an opportunity for a possible underdog bet for Gibson to cash on.
Yeah, it could
So,
be. It could be.
yeah.
Yeah,
So either way, super exciting fights we got going on this weekend, man. Friday and Saturday. So or not
yeah,
Saturday, right? No,
yeah.
when
Oh, it's
is
first is it Friday? It's Friday. Yeah, Saturday is Bellator. But yeah,
okay? Yeah, I'm
Rashad
going over
Evans
that
will
too.
be on
Sorry.
that Eagle card too.
Yeah, I'm going on that too. Sorry, that's why I got it confused. But
Yeah.
yeah, so Ray Borg will be the before the co-main event, and the co-main event is Sugar, not Sugar Sean. Rashad Evans is taking on Gabriel Checo, and I don't know why Rashad Evans is doing this. I pray for his family and his health. I hope that this doesn't hurt himself. But this is a chance where he could possibly win this. I mean, the other dude isn't the most experienced, possibly, but he grapples all the time. He loses a lot. He grapples more than he fights. Last fight was Jordan Wright and lost the knees and punches round two. So, fuck. I hope that my boy Rashad could win this. But what do you say, B?
I don't know, man. I don't know how Rashad's gonna do. Rashad's been out for so long, and when
Take some
Rashad
take some
and before that,
steroids, Rashad, please.
Rashad was on a losing streak, man. Rashad was
Yeah.
on a bad losing streak the last time. You know what I mean? When he was fighting, man, he
Yeah.
ended off on a horrible losing streak. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
don't know.
mean?
I don't know what he's doing besides he probably needs money possibly, but if of all fights, this is a fight where he could possibly win, I
Yeah,
guess. So
yeah,
I won't hate too badly. The main event is Tyrone Sponge, former, I believe, a wrestler, taking on Sergey Konotonov. Konotonov's a former, or been around for a long time, striker, Russian savage. I mean, he's fought a ton of OG veterans. But
yeah.
Tyrone Sponge, he calls himself the king of the ring. Is that the country you're from?
It's right next to the country. It's right next to Guyana. It's
Okay,
Suriname.
cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Even yeah. So either way, so shout out to Suriname. I mean, like I said, Mr. B's family's out from over there, and so from you, for people to come from other countries and migrate and be able to make lives for themselves and ones that where they get to dictate what they want to do. So this Tyrone Sponge here, he's only 2-0, but his pro boxing record is 14-0. They have this kind of twisted on here. People are thinking that Sergey Kotonov is just going to be a walk through the park because they see the 2-0 record on MMA of Tyrone Sponge. But I think that Tyrone Sponge is the real deal. I think that he's tough as fuck. He's way too young. If he can take the punches of the old man, we'll be okay. I'm going with the young king of the ring, stud from Africa. What do you got, B?
Caratano's up in age, man, and Spong is nasty. Yo, Spong used to kickbox.
Yep.
Spong used to kickbox. That was a glory kickboxing champ.
And box.
Yeah,
And
box and
box.
kickbox. Yeah, man.
This is
That
decorated.
this man was a little. He was a little everywhere.
And he trains at one of the best camps in martial arts in the
Yes.
United States at Sanford MMA with Henry
Yes.
Hooft and some of the world's best welterweight Usman.
Yeah, man. So if Spong is going in there, he don't really got to worry much about take. I think Caratano's gonna try to attempt a takedown or two, but if Spong could just keep this thing on the feet long enough, I think he's gonna blast Karatanov into sleep, man. Into
Yeah, I
sleep.
hope. I think it's gonna be fun, man. I'm super stoked when we have fights that are exciting, and I think that this is one of the ones that's
Yeah.
worth a view. So make sure you tune in to Eagle FC 44 Karatona versus Sponge, and that's gonna be on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if you're on the West Coast like
Yes.
me. So make sure you tune in because I mean fights are fights, and I absolutely love them. Then we are blessed to have the Bellator 273
Yes.
Ryan Bader versus Madolsky. We got the champion Bader taking on the interim champion, and this should be super exciting. Once again, I'm not going through the whole card until these events have a worthy card. I'm not giving you me and Mr. B's time, okay? Because we got other things to do, okay? And then that is what it is. So until you got some great fights, I'm not dealing with the bullshit. So this is one that's worth it a little bit. I'll even jump into the one before the main card. The first, dude, actually, fuck, two fights before the main card's even fun. We got Syed Awad, OG veteran, 24-13, taking on Chris Gonzalez, who's 6-1. This should be super exciting, man. You got Awad. If you go with my rule, you would think that Sawad would have this. He's got way too much experience. He last took on Nate Andrews and won by punches around one. Then he lost to Paul Daly, who's got a massive, massive left hand. He lost left hook, like I just said, in round two. So you can't really hit on that. And then he lost to Gordy Yamaguchi, armbar round one, another jiu-jitsu expert. Then he lost to Henderson. So Syed has just had a ton of just savages that he's been facing. Then you got Chris Gonzalez, who's 30 years old, 5'11", with a 73-inch reach. He's on a one-fight losing streak. He last took on Yamaguchi as well. He lost by combinations of punches to ground strikes. So now we got a Yamaguchi. Godi is not a striker, okay? So I know they were combination of punches to ground strikes because he had him in a superior position, but I don't want to see you getting beat by your Goity by punches at all ever. Should say submission, and that's fucking it. And I don't know. Then he beat Roger Horta. Roger Horta's OG veteran, but Roger Horta has been washed up for a long time. He is a great fighter in the very beginning of his days when he had all that testosterone in his balls, but he ain't got it no more. So this is gonna be just a fun one to watch. So if you guys like tuning into that one, I'm gonna go on that one. I'm gonna go with the Wad just because of the experience. What do you got, B?
Yeah, I'd probably take Awad myself. I'm a fan of Awad.
Nice.
I like seeing him fight throughout the years. He always got that KO ability. People sleep on his jujitsu skills. Um, Gonzalez was fighting as a 145er. He moved to 155, but I just don't think he has that the build, the full size build to fight a guy like Awad. But who knows? But I believe Awad will win that one.
Nice. So I
Yeah.
feel this. I feel the same. So if me, Mr. B, you feel the same, most likely going to be like that. Next Friday night is the last prelim of the night. It will be Darion Caldwell is taking on Enrique Barzola. This is gonna be a fucking fun one, man. This is a sleeper fight.
Yeah,
Darion Caldwell
yeah.
is 14-5, former D1 wrestler, called himself the Wolf. He is 34 years old now. He's 5'10 with a 73-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Fight out of Sanford MMA though, man. Wrestling based, like I said now, and so he's super skilled, super athletic. I feel like chokes he does not do well with. He does not like dominant wrestlers, and so if you look at last time he took on Leandro Higo, jiu-jitsu guy, lost split decision. Then AJ McKee, modified neck crank from guard, round one. AJ McKee Jr. is a fucking stud and striker and wrestler, so that's Achilles heel for him. Then he took on Adam Borax. Adam Borax was pretty underexperienced, so he ended up being able to athleticize him and beat him by rear naked choke round one. Henry Kralez, he beat unanimous decision. Then Horiguchi, he lost unanimous decision. Horiguchi lost by guillotine choke round three. The chokes are the thing with Darion Caldwell that he needs to look out for because he just has a problem for it. But Barzola is not the guy to choke you. He's the guy to stand and punch you in your motherfucking face. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do. 32 years old. He's 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. He's on a one-fight losing streak. He fights at AKA, American Kickboxing Academy. And he took on Rani Yahya, and he won. It was a draw. Then in Masvidal Evloev, he lost unanimous decision. Then he beat Bobby Moffett. This dude's really, really fun when it comes to striking, but his wrestling sucks. So now that I think about it for just a second, I'm gonna go with Darion Caldwell because the D1 wrestling of Caldwell is so fucking superior to anything Barzola has or seen or can handle for 3 rounds. 5 rounds, if Darion Caldwell would gas, maybe. Darion Caldwell should be able to fucking wrestle him and put him down for 3 rounds easily. What do you say, B?
Hmm.
Oh shit, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, folks.
Hmm.
Oh shit, he doesn't like it.
I'm not sure, man.
Yeah, dude. But if
It,
Caldwell gets
it,
punched in his face, we're in trouble.
if Caldwell got to be an aggressive, he got to be aggressive wrestling.
Oh my god, never mind. Stop. It says 3 times 5 rounds. So it's a 5 round? Is that real? Oh no, 5 minutes. I'm stoned. Sorry, guys. Go
Yeah,
back.
3 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Tapology got me tripping, bro.
But yeah, man.
Stoner.
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. He should be able to have it. He should be able to take this one. A simple unanimous decision or something. Yeah, unanimous decision. I'm not sure if he's gonna finish Barzola. Um, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. Barzola is a little crafty here and there. He does strike. He can wrestle, but his wrestling is not at the level of Darion Caldwell's wrestling.
Yeah, that's why I got to go with the D1 wrestler cuz
Yeah.
bro, if you don't have wrestling and a motherfucker does, have fun on your ass.
And
3
now
rounds.
he's training with Sanford. He's training at Sanford.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
like
No.
he's at Sanford, but like, does Usman even like him, bro? He's probably like, I got my fellow brethren over here, Caldwell, sorry, and he, if you look at their skin tone, he's a little bit closer to the color that he likes, like his family. So, like, I would have to back him if I was him. So I would say that Caldwell is gonna be able to roll this dude, bro. There's no way that this dude's training. I don't believe that Barzola's role is wrestling with Usman. You think so, B? You really think that Usman's wasting his time with Barzola, bro?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I guess I'll go with Caldwell
I'm
and make
being
it a
racist,
comeback win.
folks. I'm being racist.
I'll go with Caldwell. I'll go with Caldwell then.
Yeah, I
I'll
just
go with
think that
Caldwell.
we're gonna see plus 110 for
Listen.
Caldwell. I fucking like those odds, man. If he can do what I said, he better not stand. If he stands, he's fucking dumb. But
And if he goes on the ground, he better be active on the damn ground.
yeah,
He's
true.
lost 2 fights without being active on the ground.
And that's the problem with him. He doesn't pass side control. He doesn't get out of guard to people's guard. He doesn't go for submissions once he gets there. He's a great wrestler. He gets you down, but he doesn't go into submissions. So fuck, B. We're not
What?
betting on this, so I don't even care. I don't even know why we're going. I don't even know why we're going so deep on this shit. We're just trying to give you guys a better feel for what's about to go on. First fight of the night for the main card is Sabah Hamasi versus Jalil Willis. This should be pretty decent. The veteran Sabah Hamasi called himself the Sleek Sheik. 15-10. He's 33 years old, 6 foot with a 73-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight losing streak though, but he does fight at one of the best teams, one of my favorite teams, ATT Florida, with Mike Brown, Dustin Poirier, Masvidal, all the OGs. So he last took on Andre Korskov, and he got his ass whooped because Andre Korskov's a fucking savage. Decision, just got schooled all over the place. Paul Daly lost the left hook, ground and pound, round 2. Paul Daly will sit almost any motherfucker down if you get hit with that left hook.
That's a fact.
So it's hard to judge Hamasi off of such things. But then you got Jalil Willis. He calls himself the realist. Without the I, it's an EST at the end. It ain't the Tupac way. 15-3. 29 years old, 5'11 with a 74.5-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. Fights out of North Memphis, Tennessee. Last took on Bergamadov, and he lost by guillotine choke round 1. I don't like seeing guillotine chokes losses at all. Then he beat a guy by unanimous decision. I don't know either of the guys. Don't care about him. Sabah Hamasi, 6'6". He's gonna be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna go with Sabah Hamasi. Too much experience, a little bit bigger. ATT. The left hook that he ate from Paul Daly, I'll give him a pass on. What do you say, B? Tough one, huh?
Sabah Hamasi, man. That's a tough guy. He's managed to do a couple good things, man. But I'm gonna take Willis.
Ooh.
I'm taking Willis on this one.
We gotta fight.
I like how good Willis fights, man.
Yeah, and he's
Willis
younger.
Willis knows how to win fights. This is gonna be a test for him, though. It's gonna be another big test for him. So, it'll be a real good test for him because he's fought guys, but not at that caliber of a Sabah Hamasi. So, but I'll take him. I'll take Willis.
Nice, yeah. So, all right, cool. That'll be a fun fight either way. Next fight of the night is Henry Corrales, OG veteran, taking on Aiden Lee. Henry Corrales, OK Corrales is his nickname, 19-6, 35 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight winning streak. He last took on Vladislav Parachenko. That was the best I could do, folks. I'm smoking and drinking, and I don't want to be thinking. But yeah, he won by unanimous decision, and then he lost to Johnny Campbell, rear naked choke, round 2. Unanimous decision to Ron Archuleta, unanimous decision to Darion Caldwell shows me that Henry Corrales can handle his fucking own. Johnny Campbell, I don't know the case on that guy specifically, but he got it by rear naked. Johnny Campbell ended up rear naked choking him, which is pretty fucking impressive from a guy that's not a veteran. So Aiden Lee's 10-5. He's 26 years young, 6 foot with a 75-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight win streak. Fights out of England. His last won by rear naked choke. So basically, what Henry Corrales lost from last. But then he won by rear naked choke, lost to Aaron Pico by anaconda choke round 3, won 3 rounds with Aaron Pico, so that's pretty impressive if you look at that. Man, but he's lost by punches. I hate people that lose by punches.
Yeah,
I gotta go with Henry Corrales because the OG versus the newer guy. What do you say, B?
same thing. Corrales.
Nice. That's what I like to see. Nothing too in depth to get into, but the next fight of the night is the co-main event of the night. Should be an actual fun one. Benson Henderson's taking on Islam Madamov, and Benson Smooth Henderson, 28-11, OG veteran of the sport, giving us some of the best, most exciting fights from the UFC, WC, I believe, and all kinds of just fights in general. 38 years old, 5'9", with a 70-inch reach. 3-fight losing streak though, fighting out of the MMA lab at Glendale, Arizona, a great fight camp. Just, he's getting a little old, so just, it is what it is. Last fought Brent Primus, a former D1 wrestler, lost unanimous decision. Brent Primus is a monster wrestler. It's a little hard when you're old and, probably not as hungry as some of these young bucks. But I think lost to Jason Jackson, lost to Michael Chandler round 1. Michael Chandler's a stud and gets fucking savage. So, it is what it is when it comes to that. But Islam Madamov is 21-1. He is 32 years old, 6 foot with a 73-inch reach. He's on a 19-fight win streak. Last fought Brent Primus and won a split decision. So it shows you that dude that took on Benson Henderson and actually wrestled him to death, Primus lost to this dude. So I expect Islam Medamov to wrestle, fuck, to fook, to absolutely fox this dude like I'm gonna fox my lady later tonight. What do you say about this, B?
Yeah, I believe so too. The thing with Islam, I know his last fight, yeah, he did beat Brent Primus. That was by a split decision though, and
Mm-hmm.
Primus managed to make that a split decision, fighting off his back.
Yeah, true.
Benson Henderson's not gonna be able to do that stuff. I'm
No,
sorry,
no, not
that's not
strong,
gonna work out.
not strong enough.
Primus wrestled the hell out of Benson Henderson. Mamadov's gonna do the same exact thing. Um, I like Benson Henderson as much as the next person
Yep.
has been a fan of him throughout the years. But yeah, Benson Henderson's definitely gonna get wrestle fucked for 3 rounds. Man.
He's gonna get fooked, folks. He's gonna get fooked.
Yeah, he's getting
So
fooled.
that's the co-main event for Bellator. The main event is Ryan Darth Vader is taking on Valentin Madolsky. Darth
Yes,
Vader is 28-7, 38 years old, 6'2", with a 74-inch reach. He's on a one-fight losing streak. Obviously, former D1 wrestler, pretty amazing when it comes to that, but has absolutely no striking at all. I've seen him dive to guys' feet and absolutely look like me versus War Machine, my brother, and it doesn't look good. He's 4 years older, so it's a little bit harder. But these guys are the same age. It is what it is. Ryan Bader does have no striking at all. He's got one big bomb. If he doesn't catch you with the big bomb, he doesn't catch you with the wrestling, you know you're fucked if you get caught with a bomb in the wrestling. If you don't, you're probably gonna hurt him. This dude, Valentin, 29 years young, 6'1", with a 75-inch reach, on a 6-fight winning streak. Last took on Tim Johnson, former UFC veteran, a wrestler as well, won a unanimous decision. Roy Nelson, former UFC veteran, won a unanimous decision. If you see the trend that he has going here, he is just slaying UFC veterans. Now, let me think. He hasn't really lost. He doesn't really finish. If he doesn't finish, that doesn't really scare Bader. We have 6'1" versus 6'2". Ah, man, dude. I hate saying, like, if Bader wasn't such a slouch and quit sometimes when he gets hit, I would pick Bader right now, right? But
yeah.
he's too old. He doesn't care. I don't think he really wants to be here. I'm gonna have to go with the younger guy, the 29-year-old stud Valentin, 11-1. I think that he can equal out the wrestling that Bader has. Possibly have better striking. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of his striking, but Bader's striking is absolute garbage. What do you say, B?
This is a good fight. I feel bad that Ryan Bader's in this situation though. As I've mentioned, uh, Valentine Moldavsky is a protege of one Fedor Emelianenko. Ryan Bader beat Fedor. One of the guys that took one of Ryan Bader's titles is also another protege of Fedor Emelianenko. And what's my guy's name? Vadim Nemkov.
Yeah, Demkov.
There you go. Now, if this dude Moldavsky's going in there, he's going in there with the possibly the same exact game plan. He's going to attempt to wrestle Ryan Bader. He's going to throw shots, and clinch work is going to be his thing. He does a lot of clinch shit against the cage. He nullifies a lot of your movement and forces you. Ryan Bader, since fighting in the heavyweight Grand Prix, you could might as well just call him a heavyweight because when he fought at light heavyweight, he lost all his speed. And he's just gonna go in there now, as you said, he's up there in age. So pretty much what he's going in there to do is try to wrestle a bit, but try to put hands on Moldavsky. He's gonna try
Yep.
to land his big shots, land that crucial left hand he throws there. But yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to Moldavsky nullifying him and giving him a bit of his own medicine for 5 rounds, possibly a decision or a late finish. Maybe if he's lucky like Nemkov, he gets an early finish. But it's gonna be a rough showing for Ryan Bader, man. I'm telling you for sure.
I think so too, and should be a fun one though. So that's Bellator
Yeah,
273. I know we went over a lot of MMA and a little bit of stuff, so but it's still fun. If you guys liked, it was what it was. If you needed the content and info, we got it for you. So with
for
that
sure.
said, that's the MMA content. I'm gonna jump into a little bit of the cryptocurrency content, a little bit of cryptocurrency
Yes.
advice, since cryptocurrency is down right now. So when
Yep.
cryptocurrency is down right now, I fucking love it. Everyone cries like a little bitch. I don't. Reason why? I've invested since the very beginning. Pretty much, it was Bitcoin was like $1,000 when I first got it. ETH was like $25. So when you're that far ahead, I don't really care. But investing, you invest when things are up, and you invest when things are down, and put your money into it, and then you sell them when they're high. It's pretty common. It's pretty common sense. What it goes
Right.
up must come down and go back around. So hold on one second. Let me see what pictures I got here. So right now, crypto, Bitcoin, ETH, Ethereum, Chainlink. Right now, this is the crypto chart for Chainlink. All right. So I don't care what the fuck you guys know. All right. I didn't know shit when I first invested in 2016. I was an EMT bum making $13 an hour, saving lives. No one gave a fuck about me. I didn't mean shit to no one, so it didn't matter, right? Now
Yeah.
look, now this is a 3 month chart here that we have for Chainlink. LINK is the ticker for the cryptocurrency. 3 months ago, we had Chainlink at $32.89 a coin. That was on 8 days after my birthday, 11/15, right? Now, right now, we have Chainlink at, it's a terrible price. Let me hold on. At $14. So $14, right? So we go for $14. It was $32 to $14. So we have, dude, over 100% ride back up. Now, so you put the money into the coin when it's low. Why the fuck did the chart change? Did you see that, B?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. There we go. There's the chart. Bastards. So if you look at the chart now, a safer investment is if you look at $32, where I'm saying 3 months ago on 11/15, 32 blah blah blah, $32 say, right? Today it is at $14.64 fucking cents. Link deals with data, artificial intelligence, insurance companies with all the cameras and all the stuff is all going to be dealing with data in the future. Link is amazing. They deal with smart contracts. Smart contracts are also the future between cryptocurrency and actual businesses. So we got $31. Now it's at 14. If you put $1,000 in today, you put $100 in today, in a few years, a year or so, I'd say two. You always want to at least a year so you don't avoid capital gains taxes. A year or two, I'd say you double your money. And so that's a great investment. You could put your money into a CD account and put $1,000 into it, and you get not even 3%. That's garbage, caca, poopamani shit. So either way, Chainlink's down right now. A little bit of advice: LINKE. If you do like crypto, if you do have the money on your payday, I always recommend 10% of your pay go into crypto or stocks so that you can better your life. Only on down days, though. Today is a down day. You see, look at that red river. Everyone's crying about to commit suicide. I love it. I just get paid more money and I buy more, bro. Like, bro, you guys are stupid. Or you guys be smart like me and sell it high and then sell it, and then you sell it the high, buy it back at the low, and then recycle, repeat, reuse, and save the world. Remember that recycling shit when we were little? So it all applies here in business. So with that said, thank you guys for tuning in to Cope's Corner. I am your host, as always, Mike Copenaver, my boy Mr. B, the MMA guy, former Periscope legend. You want to give your your handle for Twitter, B, and Mr. and Haps?
Sure, man. Catch me here on Hops, Mr. B, Mr. B, the MMA guy. On Twitter is Mr. B at Mr. B 1986, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate you being here, B. You are the man. Until next week, until next time, I can't wait to be with you guys here.